Good afternoon. We are at Electronica India 2025 and we are at the stall of Renesas Electronics India Private Limited. With us, we have Ms. Malini Narayan Murthy. She is the country head and Renesas India, and she is also Vice President Engineering. Hi, Malini. How are you doing?
Hi, Manas. Thank you for having me.
So, how was the first day in Electronica this year?
Well, fantastic. I mean, it's one place where we bring different companies, different innovations, startups. We bring it all. I just went and visited a startup right now. It's lovely to see the ecosystem growing so quickly. I moved back to India about 3.5 years ago, and I'm just seeing how quickly the ecosystem is coming together.
So, we just read reports that you have multiple MOUs that you have signed. Can you just shed some light on that?
Absolutely. So last year sometime we signed an MOU with IIT Hyderabad, and in that MOU we it was focused on education for most parts. We worked with IIT Hyderabad on a couple of courses, one on embedded technologies, teaching students, and then the second thing on PCB design and layout through our through Altium. Now, earlier this year in May, we signed two more MOUs. We had piloted our coursework with IIT Hyderabad. We had seen how it works. A couple of, not a couple, a few students even wanted to join us. We knew we had some success. So we went bigger. We signed an MOU with CDAC, MITI, on two things. One is a startup MOU, and the second one is an education MOU for universities. The startup MOUs, we were giving them these quick connect boards. And to quickly tell you what the quick connect boards are, basically they're hardware with a microcontroller, so some a compute chip, a communication chip, some sensors, and using that you build it to build applications from it. You build the hardware, that's the software. You can do the PCB design and layout. So we gave some of those kits to DLI startups. And we've also provided the PCB design and layout tools. We also plan to provide these kits as well as the PCB design layout. Added to that, coursework, which is designed by our own application engineers.
Okay.
For university. Okay. And this, we are working through it. We should be well on our way in Q4 to be able to dispatch a lot of this. Okay. We piloted some of this as well with some of the local Bangalore engineering colleges, as well as one from Mysore, and you'll see a few of our applications in display.
Okay. So I had a chance before this conversation, I had a chance to visit the entire booth, and Renesas has one of the biggest booths and very beautiful one. So, Malin, can you please take us through what all innovations that you are showcasing out here?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Renesas itself, we are focused on a few verticals. We've always been traditionally known as very focused on automotive, but honestly, we work on automotive, some industrial, infrastructure, and IoT. So you'll see in our booths, you'll see some ADAS functions that play. You see some of the humanoid. We have a cool robot which takes instructions with numbers and it does a few things. Metering, Renesas is quite popular on the metering side, so you'll see some energy meters, water meters kind of applications. Added to that, some vision applications, driver monitoring, sensors, a few sensor applications. Are you holding the steering wheel properly with two hands? Are you not? Things like that. We also have education one because these MOUs are fairly significant and we wanted to show some of the applications students with them.
So these MOUs are in line with vision of our Prime Minister where we want to develop this entire ecosystem. And this is very great step from Renesas that we are indulging academic institutions with this. So I saw a booth, part of the booth on renewables as well that you are showcasing. Can you please brief us on that?
Yeah, I mean, we are working on certain EV type applications. A number of our chips cater to, for instance, EV automotive type applications. Um, to be honest, the kind of portfolio that we have, we're able to get into a lot of different applications. We're able to participate in the solar side of things, the wind side of things. Anywhere where you need a motor, we can be there. So the variety is a lot.
So, coming specifically on the automotive part, so can you please tell us what new innovations can India see which are designed in India? Any plans on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, India, if you look at the two-wheeler market, the largest number of two-wheelers in the world are from India.
Exactly.
And what I found is that a number of the chips that we have in two-wheelers, often they're backfitted. They're backfitted from four-wheelers. Well, is that optimal from the performance we need? We may not need that kind of performance, right? And even from a cost standpoint, may not be optimal. So I've always been a huge proponent of saying, let's build for our specifications. And the volumes seem to be growing to be able to enable that. It's going to take time. But I think there will be a point where the volumes grow enough to justify building chips for specifications for India.
So, lastly, I'd like to understand, not lastly, last but one.
Okay.
What is Malini Narayan Murthy's one communication towards the would-be customers who are the budding engineers? What one thing that you want to tell them?
So one thing I would tell an aspiring engineer or a early stage startup is actually have a product focus, have a system focus, product focus, and going into a rabbit hole of AI or rabbit hole of hardware or software, that's not enough. I mean, you have to be able to have a system view of the thing, and building that system view either by yourself or by working with other people, I think is very important towards success. Traditionally in India, we are focused on engineering and we don't think about like how do we sell? But to be able to sell, you need to have a product.
And finally, last question. Any, since you are at the helm of the electronics revolution and you are one of the premier organization who is into this, any message that you want to pass on to the policymakers?
Product focus, product focus, product focus. And with a goal of building products for India, by India, but also in India. I'll change that a little bit, for India and the world.
Thank you so much, Malini. It was a pleasure. As always, it's a pleasure talking to you.
Absolutely.
Pleasure
Thank you
meeting
so much,
Thank you so much.